Hello and welcome to day 2 of the Counting of the Omer 2026 with Restoration Messianic Fellowship. Let me say the blessing for you. It says, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzavanu al sefarat ha'omer. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, King of the universe, who sanctifies us with his commandments and commands us concerning the counting of the Omer. It says, Hayom Shnei Yamim LaOmer. Today is 2 days, or the second day, of the counting of the Omer. Now, I was just wanting to read one brief passage of scripture from today with how most of traditional Christianity is counting or looking at the crucifixion, the death of Yeshua today. But it's important for us to keep in mind these scriptures. This is out of Mark chapter 15, verse 25. It says, Now it was the third hour when they nailed him on the cross. It says, And the inscription of the charge against him was written above, the King of the Jews. You know, there's so much of that one statement is being bandied around in this world today. As Yeshua being the King of the Jews, that salvation is of the Jews, that the gospel, the good news, is to the Jew first and then to the Gentile. So many people seem to be offended by that entire concept and that entire prospect, and yet that is what the scripture talks about and says, because this is a people that have been prepared for this purpose of bringing about Messiah and preserving the scriptures that testify, that help us to recognize him upon his arrival, and so that we may know what he's doing it for, and what our future can be. You know, that purpose, that role of the Jewish people is not completed. It's not done. There is still so much for them to do and be a part of in the Father fulfilling all of his promises. And if it were not so, I have a hard time believing that Satan would be working so hard to kill or discredit them to this day. You know, he is still trying to make them the most hated people on the planet, even though, you know, we're a planet of about 8 billion people and there's maybe 16 million Jewish people in the world, and yet somehow or another everything is their fault. And people who think those things and go with that kind of replacement theology, go with that kind of perspective on the Jewish people, are actually siding with the enemy of God in doing so. So I just wanted to share that with you for the counting of the Omer. This is day 2. Before I completely close out, let me encourage you to come to our Shabbat services on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Up in Morristown, Tennessee. As you can see below, 2412 West Andrew Johnson Highway. We'd love to have you come and be a part of our services. Thank you.